Hey everybody, this is EMAC2411 on YouTube.com with your WWE Raw review for May 11th, 2020. We kicked off and opened WWE Monday Night Raw with Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion. It was originally supposed to be Becky Lynch confronting the Money in the Bank winner, which of course was Asuka. So it should have been Becky Lynch confronting Asuka. She ends up... So Becky Lynch is pregnant. She's going to be a mother. And Seth Rollins is the daddy. So I'm so happy for her. Congratulations to Becky Lynch. She's one of my favorite wrestlers right now. She will be leaving us for a while. Hopefully she will be back. I mean, who knows? She might not even come back. I'm hoping she, of course, does come back, though. But thankfully to the fans that she got over, and Nia Jax, actually, that time when she just punched her, and you just see that bloody face, and like, you broke her, yeah, she broke her face, you know, whatever. That's what really catapulted her to the next level. It really got her over. When she came back, she came like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch, so I'm happy for her. No one beat her for the Raw Women's title. This actually made sense to me because she beat the whole women's division. No one could defeat her. She was just taken out. She took out the whole women's division on Raw. She vacates the title to Asuka, who won the Money in the Bank ladder match. However, we will find out that she actually won the Raw Women's title at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That's what was in the briefcase. So Asuka now is the Raw Women's Champion. This was an amazing segment. I loved the opening segment. It was happiness, joyful, emotional, tear-jerking. It was everything you needed, everything you wanted for an opening segment on Raw. So I really did enjoy this segment. I mean, how can I really say I hated it? This is real life, of course, mixing with WWE. But the Becky Lynch thing, of course. Becky Lynch will be a mom. She will be a mother. And Seth Rollins is the daddy, because they are engaged in real life. But the man becomes the mom. Yeah, so happy for her, and I wish her the best. So, yeah, Asuka now is the Raw Women's Champion. Who will challenge Asuka for the Raw Women's title? That's going to be the good question here. So, amazing segment. Just think about it. Becky Lynch started in NXT as this, like, Irish dancer. She was treated as not really a big deal. She just kept evolving, and she eventually became the man. So yeah, she starts in NXT and she ends up coming to the main roster. So I just remember her too. It's so funny. I remember watching NXT. That's when I was really watching NXT. I really just got back into NXT in 2020, but in 2014, and just being like, who's this? Wow, this is gonna be another jobber. Look, it's gonna be another joke of a superstar. But man, was I wrong? So, and now she's one of my favorite superstars in WWE, male or female. I just kind of I went on a little bit of a rant right now, talking about this, but yeah, I just feel like it's what I needed to do. Amazing opening segment, loved it. This is the happiest I've seen Asuka like ever in WWE. She was so happy, like she's like, oh my mom, she was shocked because she didn't even know what was going on. She was like, really? Oh, congratulations, you know, I'm so happy for you. They hugged, and it was an emotional moment, and yeah, so, because of course, it's bigger than WWE, motherhood, so, yeah. We won't see her probably until 2021, because she is due in December. Then 6 weeks recovery, normally, so, hopefully she will be back soon. Hopefully she does come back, in general. It was a hell of an opener, hell of a way to kick off Raw tonight. So, and then everyone else is congratulating her backstage, and it's a beautiful thing and moment, of course. So, yeah. We get a no disqualification match. Bobby Lashley versus Humberto Carrillo. What I did like about this was that at least they made this no disqualification, not just a normal match, because it's like, you know, you keep on just giving singles matches, at least mix it up a little bit. So they did a no DQ match, no disqualification, which was nice. Lashley does win this match. And this is the Lashley. I think he is now finally in line for a big push. His push is coming. They're slowly doing the push with Lashley. Lashley's always been... I've liked Lashley. I always have. He's not been one of my favorites, but I've always known his talents and what he can do. I know he's a good wrestler. So he does win this match. He wins an ODQ match against Humberto Carrillo. And this is the last shoot that should be booked. This is the last shoot we should be seeing. Now granted, he can't always just wipe out opponents, but you know what I'm saying with with a Humberto Carrillo or just guys that you know he should be squashing. He didn't squash him. I mean, Humberto got a little bit of an offense. That guy is so vanilla. He has like no personality, no charisma really. He's a good wrestler, but he's not, doesn't have the total package. I thought the match was alright. It did what it needed to do, and that was give Lashley the win. I didn't hate it. So there was a backstage segment, and I liked how Kairi Sane and Asuka kind of, they celebrated a little bit. Yeah, and they were just happy, and it was just, it's a great moment for Asuka, because this is someone who is a Grand Slam champion. Former NXT Women's Champion, current Raw Women's Champion now for the first time, former SmackDown Women's Champion, and she has held the Women's Tag Team titles with Kairi Sane. And now she is the second female Grand Slam champion behind Bayley. Bayley was the first Grand Slam champion female-wise, and now Asuka is. So that is awesome, because Asuka is one of the most dangerous women in WWE today. Someone who should just the streak should not have been broken until she did Charlotte at Mania. It was too early. Should have went on longer. So I am glad that she is a champion now, and I hope she holds on to the title for a very long time. And it's only fitting that Asuka was the one to actually get the title here. But yeah, I'm happy that she's a champ. I really am. It's awesome. Kairi Sane might get lost in the shuffle now. Asuka's probably going to be I don't know. She might be face, she might be heel, I'm not actually sure. Sane will probably not be managing her to the ring. Depends on what she'll be, I'd assume. I mean, she could always manage her. It's alright. We get Angel Garza versus Akira Tozawa. Now, I will say that I did not care for this match. Angel Garza does win this match. I didn't care for this match. There's no stakes. It was just two guys, hey, go out and wrestle. Didn't care for it. There was some dissension you could see with Zelina Vega's stable. Something's going on there. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, there's some problems going on there. I wish they did a better job of booking Zelina Vega, Angel Garza, Andrade, and Austin Theory. Because they've just kind of been getting beat, and it looked like the Raw after Mania they were going to start looking serious and more dominant and like a real threat, but then nope, Drew McIntyre just laid them all out, and it's just like another week. But it looked promising. 8 days after Mania, whatever Mania that they went, he faced Andrade. So then McIntyre comes out and it's Andrade versus Drew McIntyre again in a rematch from a few weeks ago. I thought this was, yeah, it was decent. It was decent. These two always put on pretty good matches. Drew McIntyre does win the match, and that's definitely what should be happening. He should not be really losing. Not yet. Eventually he's going to have to, but right now this is great booking for Drew McIntyre, and I do like it. I'm glad as well Drew McIntyre is finally the champ, because there's just some guys here that should have been champ already, but they haven't, but they finally got their moments now. Now they're doing this Raw versus SmackDown, there's an invitation or whatever, so he kind of just posted and said, oh, I'm gonna face Corbin next week, for whatever reason. So it looks like MVP is trying to gather Lashley for his new stable with Sean Thorne and whatever that tag team, I don't even know their names. I don't know, I'm sorry, but I don't know if he's trying to get all three of them together. And then it's what's gonna happen with Lana? Because then MVP's tells Lana if he's trying to get a way out, tell him to call me. But then there's because then he likes that other tag team, so I don't know if he's trying to get all three of them or just Lashley, not really sure. Because then later on he would tag team with those two. So now we get a special edition of a moment of Bliss on Raw. Of course, the Women's Tag Team Champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are SmackDown superstars, but since they have the women's tag team titles, they are able to go on NXT, SmackDown, or Raw. They come out and it's like, okay, and then all of a sudden, dun, 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 dun. Iconic, yeah, the Iconics are back in WWE. Yes, I like the Iconics. I don't care what anybody says. I really like the Iconics. Peyton Royce, Billie Kay. I've missed them and I'm glad they're back. I think they're well, to be honest, Billie Kay's not that good of a wrestler. But I think Peyton Royce is actually a pretty good wrestler. And as a tag team, they're great. So, yeah, they are former Women's Tag Team Champions. The second ever Women's Tag Team Champions. Of course, they had their WrestleMania moment. They won the titles at WrestleMania 35, so I'm glad they're back. And I jumped, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I don't know. Probably overreacted. I mean, I feel like most people didn't react like that way, but that's how I reacted. And I like this new side of the Iconics. I liked it. So they ended up having a match, a non-title match. And the Iconics beat them. Which is awesome. Just a great return. They win. And that's awesome. Love that they won. A huge victory to come back. I think they have a lot of charisma, actually. Just like they're annoying, but they're kind of funny, but it's kind of cringy. It's like everything. It's kind of a mixture. They win, and now they're going to get a tag team title match. Will they win the tag team titles? Going by WWE's track record, probably not, but I do want them to win the titles. I think they really do need to win, but we will see what happens. Let me know down below if you think they're going to win next week. So they kept on saying, like, oh, how are they even up on their feet? How are they able to wrestle? Like, how are they even here tonight? Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black, as if they fucking fell off the whole fucking WWE headquarters building. They only fell like 6 feet. 6 feet. I don't know how they landed, but I'm just saying. I don't know where they landed. They didn't show it. I don't know what they landed on. They're kind of making this like this big stunt. So then we get MVP Brandon Vink. Oh, and Sean Thorne versus Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, and R-Truth in a 6-man tag team match. Yeah, they're trying to give some comedy here, and then all of a sudden he's got his he's doing another persona. R-Truth is, and it's kind of funny, but it's not really funny. The match was all right. Also, the Iconics' win, that match, was actually, I think, a good tag team match. As well. Great return, didn't expect it. Talking about the 6-man tag team match. R-Truth, Cedric Alexander, and Ricochet to win. Match is alright. Didn't care for it, but post-match is really what stood out here. Lashley hits another big spear on Truth for whatever reason. He just doesn't like R-Truth. Poor guy. MVP kind of gets a kick in, and that's about it. Jinder Mahal was, of course, a bad guy. He was a villain. He was a heel in WWE when he won the WWE Championship in 2017. Is he going to regain the title? Like, are we eventually going to get Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre? Is Mahal going to take the title off of McIntyre? I don't know. Will he be a world champion again? That's the question. Because it's looking like, because he's like, now this time, Jinder Mahal says this time, he's going to take the hero's approach. So, he is a babyface, I guess. Because I wasn't really sure. He's basically been a bad guy, right? Most of his career. Be interesting to see what they do here. And I never hated Jinder Mahal. That his matches could have been better. He could have been booked better. Because at first, see, when they started booking Jinder Mahal, like out of nowhere, just getting the title shot and winning a bunch of matches, it was something new. It was something fresh. It was a new superstar that was being pushed. So, and I thought they did that well for him not really ever being taken seriously up until that point. I'm alright with it, with Jinder Mahal. I don't have no problem with him. Shayna Baszler, it was like a disgusting display here, because she's asked by Charlie Caruso, what do you have to say about Becky Lynch's pregnancy announcement? And she's just like, it's a parasite and everything, and I'm just like, really? Come on now, granted, that is her character. So of course you're gonna stay in character, but I was just like, man, that's disgusting. Like, I don't know. Have some decency, you know, for once. It's my cat meowing. I don't know if you can hear that. My cat's meowing right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And then we get Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. Okay, so let's talk about this. Rollins is coming out and he just looks like sad here. He's depressed. And like the way he was walking. I don't know what's going on here. They're saying because he lost the title match. I know this is probably not what, I don't know actually. I can't say, I can't speak for him. I don't know. But I was gonna say, is it because Becky's pregnant? I'm serious. Is it because Becky's pregnant? I think it's a good question. We haven't seen this. Think about it. Really think about it. All of a sudden Becky Lynch makes the announcement. Now granted, obviously he knew ahead of time. Maybe it is part of his character or whatever. I just thought it was very weird, the timing of him being all like... But let's talk about the match itself. The match was decent. But then what woke him up, when Mysterio kind of hit him, and then that's when he snapped and he started beating the shit out of him. And then oh my god, that was so disgusting. I mean, he put like, what was it his eye? His eye in like steel steps? Rollins put the corner of Mysterio's eye into the steel steps. He was just like grating it there. And it was disgusting. He's bleeding and he had to take his mask off, and now Rollins, is this like, I'm not really sure what they're doing here, because is Rollins like, I was like, he's possessed. Because literally they're in the backstage area at the medical. They're attending to him. And he's just like he acts like he didn't, like he was possessed, because he's just like, Rollins says to Mysterio, he doesn't know what happened out there. Is he possessed by a ghost? Literally, has he been possessed? I don't know. And then he like walks off, and then Murphy and Black start beating the shit out of each other. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know really what happened there. So then we get a 2-on-2 basketball game with the Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits. This was entertaining. It was fun. It was different, something we haven't seen, I don't think, ever on WWE TV. Have we ever actually had a basketball game on WWE TV? Thought it was fun, entertaining, something we hadn't seen before on WWE TV. Thought it was different, yeah. Like it's not always about fighting, you know, wrestling in WWE, but you could also switch it up, and that's what they did. And I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy that segment. And it's like the Viking Raiders. I kind of like that. The Viking Raiders don't know like how to play basketball, or I kind of like that, how they're just all about beating people up, or they're like about the Vikings, you know. I thought it was kind of funny, actually. And then the Profits are comedic as well, so there's just more about, this is more than about the in-ring aspect of WWE and tag teaming for these two teams. It's like they want to beat each other in other things than in the ring. But then it's like, oh, well, we actually let you win. The Street Profits beat the Viking Raiders in a basketball game, 2-on-2 basketball game. 74-2, 4 quarters, 5 minutes each. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we let you win, and we wanted you to think that way. And all of a sudden you see one of the Viking Raiders just fucking do a half-court shot, and I was like, damn. What I like is that we had another backstage segment with Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Natalya's just like, I like how it's this simple. I didn't like what you said earlier about Becky Lynch and the nasty remarks that you said. Now let's have a match. I like how it could just be that simple. You don't need to go out to the ring and make it this big old thing. You could just be backstage. Comments you said that weren't even towards someone, but it's someone's friend. So you just go up to her like a woman and say, let's fight. Let's settle it in the ring. And they did. So it was Shayna Baszler versus Natalya. Shayna Baszler, of course, defeats Natalya. That's what That's what the result should be, so I liked that. I thought the match was decent for what it was, the time that they had. They didn't get to have that much time with it, but I think Shayna Baszler is still looking like a beast. She's still looking like a big deal. She kind of got lost in the Money in the Bank match. She didn't do much in that, but I like how these matches that she's having on Raw, that she is still winning. Natalya is, of course, a great wrestler. She can make anyone look good. I like Shayna Baszler. Hopefully, WWE eventually goes with her as champion. It just doesn't look like that she's caught on with higher-ups in WWE. But Shayna Baszler is a good wrestler. Now we get the show closing segment. Randy Orton and Edge apparently going face to face. I thought this rivalry was over already. I thought this ended at WrestleMania. Edge won, and that was it. What I liked here, Edge comes out and is like, yeah, it's over. My family has no more issues with it, and yeah, we've kind of put this behind us. And he's just like, they didn't tell me anything about a face to face. Randy Orton comes out and says, you're the better man. The better man wanna, you are the better man. You are the better man. And it's like, that's all I'm gonna say. And I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I was perfectly fine with this ending this way. I was actually really happy. And I was like, okay, simple but effective. Didn't waste too much time for unnecessary stuff. Then he comes back to the ring and he's like, well, the better man won at WrestleMania, but the better wrestler didn't. He ends up challenging Edge at Backlash in just a normal, standard, one-on-one wrestling match to determine who really is the best wrestler. Can Edge beat Randy Orton in a straight-up wrestling match? And then Charlie Caruso goes on to say that this could be the greatest match of all time. Really? You think so? I don't. I'm not saying they might not have an amazing match. I think they can. But this is really the true test for Edge. This is going to show his ring rust, if he has any, which he most likely does. 9 years away, he's had 2 matches. He had a Royal Rumble match. He had a Last Man Standing match. He actually hasn't had a standard wrestling match. So this is going to be the true test for Edge, to show if he truly still has it. And what we've seen, yes. Grit. His promos, yes. Definitely. In my opinion, who is the better wrestler to me? Edge. I think Edge is the better wrestler. Who do you guys think is the better wrestler? Let me know in the comment section below. He is a good wrestler, but compared to Edge, like, Edge is better, basically. He's just the better wrestler compared to Randy Orton. That's just my opinion. But we'll find out at Backlash. If it happens, Edge did not give a straight answer, so I'm guessing it's gonna happen. I mean, it'd be kind of stupid just to have a segment and then be like, no, well, I decline your offer. Even though I would like to move on to something else with these two, I want Edge to feud with someone else, like he was kind of saying. There's younger talent in the back that he's never faced before, that he wants to face. And yeah, there could be some pretty exciting matchups for Edge. But I do hope that if and when they do face off again, which is going to most likely be a Backlash, that this is the final match between these two. Hopefully they end it there. Because then what else can he really say? Because they're going with who the better wrestler is now, and that's why Rainer wants to really determine. And he wants to beat Edge in a straight-up wrestling match. To see if Edge can actually show that he's truly still at it in a straight-up wrestling match. So it should end there, hopefully. I don't mind this necessarily going on now that they've kind of took this approach. So I thought this show closing segment was actually short and sweet. It didn't take too long. It was maybe like, not even 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, so I thought that was good. But like I said, I did think this rivalry was over, but the rivalry does continue. But I do like this, but this is what my other thing with it was my critique. It did not make sense, because in the promo they were advertising, oh, Edge is going to hunt Randy Orton. Why would Edge, who beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania in a Last Man Standing match, go on to hunt Randy Orton. The winner going on to the loser. When the loser, which is Randy Orton, hunt down Edge, when he call out Edge, you know what I'm saying? So I liked how they kind of said Edge said that yeah, he's put this behind him and his family's satisfied with everything and that he's done and he kind of wanted to move on. I like how Randy Orton then took the approach, which is what I did appreciate, which is what should have been the case. Randy Orton then challenges Edge and says, let's do this in a wrestling match. I did have a problem with this at first, but with what I saw in this show closing segment, they handled it well. And I do like that. Not a bad way to close the show. I thought this show was actually way better. Quite possibly the best Raw we've had, at least since they've had no fans in attendance. I was going to say of the year, but it's possible that this might have been the best Raw of 2020, but definitely, in my opinion, since they've had no crowd at the WWE Performance Center. Because I really thought a lot of good stuff tonight. But really, I thought the show closing segment between Edge and Randy Orton was good. Yeah, overall, I'm actually gonna give this Raw. I thought there was a lot of highlights. I thought there's more ups and downs, more positives than negatives. And I thought from top to bottom, this show was actually good throughout. Overall, this Raw, I was never really bored with this Raw. I didn't go out there and be like, oh, I want to fall asleep. I never fall asleep with these shows anyway. But I'm just saying, I never really got bored. I thought from top to bottom it delivered. That it was good. I'm actually going to give this WWE Raw for May 11th in 8 out of 10. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about tonight's Raw. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Best moments for you that happened tonight on Raw. What did you like? What didn't you like? Just let me know everything you thought about this week's Raw in the comment section below. And leave a like, please. Subscribe if you're new. Share my videos. I would appreciate it. It just does help out the channel a lot. Anyway, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys. Peace out.